Hey, Pastor Andrew here. This is a video for any parents, guardians, adults who bring kids to Grace Family Church for our programming on Sunday mornings or potential other kids programming events. And last Sunday, our kids programming volunteers met to go over policies and procedures, to team up, to work together, to talk about how we can best do kids programming here at Grace Family Church for nursery, for preschool, for kids church, for our family welcome desk. And we talked about all sorts of things, and there were some new things that we talked about as a team that we wanted to put on your radar as parents, guardians, and as caretakers of kids. And so a couple things first. Before I get there, we also talked about why we exist as a kids programming here at Grace Family Church. And our purpose statement is this: we want to point kids to Jesus through a culture of fun, truth, relationship, and partnership. We want to point kids to Jesus through a culture of fun, truth, relationship, and partnership. We want to be intentional, and we want to not just have rigid programming, we want to have a culture where our volunteers are helping to influence these kids with their lives, getting to know them and pouring into them. We want kids to have fun and to enjoy being here because our God is enjoyable. He's an awesome God, a creative God, and we can enjoy that. We want to point kids to things that matter, to truth. And we want these kids to feel known, and we want them to know us because we believe discipleship happens best in the context of relationship. And ultimately, we want to partner with you as parents and guardians because the reality is discipleship cannot happen just on Sunday mornings. As parents and guardians, you have more time to influence kids. You have more relational equity with these kids to pour into them. And so we want to partner with you, help set you up for that discipleship. All right? And so I encourage you, talk to our volunteers about what kids are learning. Check out the Parent Q app to stay up to date with those things. But we exist. Our purpose is to point kids to Jesus through a culture of fun, truth, relationship, and partnership. And our volunteers are excited to live on mission for that, to live out that purpose here in 2022. So that's why our kids programming exists. But there's two things I wanted to go over with you as parents and guardians that we talked about at our meeting. The first is we have these new lanyards. This is a visual aid to help you or to help our guests know who is actively serving in kids programmings, whether that's a nursery, preschool, family welcome desk, kids church here at GFC on a Sunday morning. Our volunteers will still have their name tags, but they will also have one of these. The second thing is about our dismissal policy. Now, we have a dismissal policy. We've had one in the past, but we've tweaked it a little bit. And so this is really important for you to hear. Now, we want to keep kids safe at GFC. We want our volunteers to be safe. We want you guys to feel safe. We want our church to be a safe place. And so we have some security dismissal policies and procedures in place. Now, you know from being at GFC that when you come, your child receives a security tag number and you receive a matching security tag number. And we ask that you place that security tag number on your child, whether that be on their chest or on their back. Those are just the best places for our volunteers to be able to visually see those security tag numbers. All right? Now, at dismissal time, the service is over, you come to pick up your child. When you go to the programming area, whether that's nursery, preschool, or kids church, you will now hand the volunteer who's there, you will hand them your security tag number. In the past, we haven't always done that, but you will physically hand your security tag number to a volunteer. They will take your security tag number. They will also take the security tag number from your child or from the children you're picking up, and they will check and make sure those numbers match. Now, we've done that in the past. We're still doing that now. That's the best way for us to make sure the right child or children goes with the right adult. All right? But they will check, make sure they match, and they will now then, once they know they match, they clarify that, they will stick those stickers together, and we will hold on to them. That helps create a paper trail for us and is a good just security policy for us. All right? So that's what we're going to do. So the main thing is you will physically hand your security tag number to the volunteer. They will hold on to it. Now, you might be asking, what if I have multiple kids in multiple programming areas? The way that this will work is, let's say you have a child in kids church in K to 5th grade and a child in nursery. All right? You will then, what you will do is, let's say you go to kids church first, you will show them your security tag number. The volunteer should ask, hey, do you need your security tag number to pick up another child somewhere? The answer is yes, so you'll say yes. They will hand you back your security tag number, but they will hold on to the child's. They'll fold it in half, they'll stick it into the side for our security reasons, all right? You will then go to nursery to pick up your child there. Same thing. The volunteer should ask, hey, do you need the security tag number to pick up a child somewhere? At this point, you're picking up your last child. You'll say, nope. They will keep your security tag number and the child as well. Stick them together. Leave it off to the side. All right? That's the way it's going to work. Now, our volunteers are human. If they forget to ask you if you need it, your security tag number, and you still do, just remind them like, hey, I have a child in nursery or preschool. I need that back. All right? The main thing is this, that we want our volunteers to be checking to make sure the security tag numbers match. Those are for security reasons. And we want you to physically be handing in your security tag number. All right? And we're going to be keeping the children's as well. That just helps create a paper trail for us, just another security measure for us. All right? All of those things exist to help keep these kids safe. That's ultimately what we want to do. We want to also protect our volunteers. We want you to feel safe. And we want our church to be safe. And so if you have any questions about this at any time, please come talk to me. If you're thinking, well, I know that volunteer. Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to give them the number? They know who my child is. The reality is, there might be other people around who don't know that you know that volunteer. There might be a guest watching, or there might be a time where a volunteer doesn't know who you are. And so the important thing is having this policy in place from week to week to help make sure kids are safe, that kids are going with the right adult. Again, if you have any questions about it, please come talk to me. But that's our security tag policy, our dismissal policy. Remember our new lanyards, and remember that we exist as a kids programming areas here at GFC. We exist to point kids to Jesus through a culture of fun, truth, relationship, and partnership. And we are really excited about 2022 at living out that purpose and helping to see kids live Jesus-centered lives.